Guys, we're the ECB team, and today we're gonna react on Eurovision 2026 entries. Let's get started. So this time it will be all about Finland. The Nordic country has selected its Eurovision 2026 entry via the UMK 2026. A spectacular show, may I say, helped them to select it. It was UMK 2026. 7 artists competed, and the selected entry is Liekinheitin by Linda and Pete. Let's see what do we think about the Finnish entry this year. Starting with you, Naomi, please.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I know the video got like millions of views. It's already tipped in the odds to kind of win at the time of recording. I think it's definitely Finland's going to be one to watch. They've made themselves one to watch. Obviously, it's 20 years since Hard Rock Hallelujah won. So I think Finland are kind of going, you know what, it's been 20 years. We want to host again. So I feel like they're gunning for it. I think they have been over the past few years. I think Finland are craving to win. I think, again, I've been saying that I've been loving countries that are really trying hard to win. And I feel like Finland is definitely one of them. I think there's no doubt about that. I think they are hungry to win. They want the trophy. I feel like the performance when I saw it, absolutely stunning. The fire, I mean, the song kind of in Finnish means like flamethrower. And the song's meaning is actually really beautiful. It's kind of saying that, how can I stay away and turn cold when you're kind of throwing this heat my way, this hot fire, this feelings. And it's kind of that mix between hot and cold, your feelings and kind of lack of feelings, and that dance between hot and cold. And I feel like the song is really amazing. I feel like it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's really a performance. Like this is a performance. I'm excited to see what it'll be like on the stage, what the fire element is going to bring. Um, I'm excited for this. I can't lie. I'm really, really excited for this. And well done again to probably one of the best national finals in Eurovision UMK. Absolutely brilliant. You had Erica Vickman perform with JJ. I did actually like that mashup. I did expect a little bit more though. Like it was just kind of JJ just singing "Wasted Love," like one line of it, while like Erica Vickman was singing. I did want a bit more of like a mashup of the two songs. I feel like there was an opportunity there. That's just my opinion. Don't come for me. But I know like Erica was sort of promoting her new song, and JJ was doing the same. So eventually they were kind of there just to promote their songs. So that was probably why. But I did want more of a mashup between Wasted Love and It, just from what I saw. Maybe it's just what I saw, but I did want a bit more. But it was definitely good, and having JJ sort of surprise the crowd and everything while Erica Vickman was singing, that was really good. But overall, UMK usually, regardless of year, put on an amazing show. So yeah, UMK, thank you all, Kitos, for another amazing show. Um, but yeah, the song's really great. It's powerful. Even the music video, it just really screams, "We want to win." And I feel like Finland are here. They're not here to play games. They're going to get noticed. I feel like already the song has traction. I feel like it's a very clever jury televote mix. Very hard to get at Eurovision. Your song is either really televote or it's really jury. I feel like I'm going to be honest. I genuinely feel Finland have found a middle ground. I don't know how they've done it, but I feel like they have. The violin playing again going on the reback sort of effect. We're seeing a lot more violins, obviously with Luxembourg with their amazing song. Which yeah, I've seen. I love that when she sort of appears with the violin. It makes me think, actually, are Finland going to do a similar thing? Is she just going to appear with the violin? Is it going to be at the start? Is it going to be a violin solo? What are we doing with the violins? Like, what's the plan? Like, I just want to know how that's going to be introduced, because in that song, as well as sort of Luxembourg song, it's kind of a thing in itself. And obviously last year was just into Sauska. We've got kind of that song with Gaia and the introduction of the violin, having that bit of a solo there. So, Eurovision loves its violins, I can't lie. But I'm excited to see that violin performance as well as Pete's amazing vocals, as well as Linda's violin playing. So they make a great duo. I think Finland is one to watch if you definitely want to keep your eye on a Eurovision performance and how it's performing throughout the season. Finland's going to be probably your one to keep an eye on, because I think it is giving winner. Dare I say it? I mean, last year I correctly kind of my winner and runner up were correct in terms of what happened in Eurovision. So maybe I've done it again. I don't know. but it is giving winner. And I'm not just saying that because of the odds. I am just saying it because it technically meets the requirements of a good Eurovision song. Televote jury potential, violin in original language. So it does meet the actual criteria of what makes a good Eurovision song, in my opinion. So who knows? But keep your eye on Finland. Watch them. But yeah, good song.
Yeah, so Linda and Pette, yeah, I think they really conquered the stage. I think like they already set the level up when it was about only just watching the official video, which already was kind of epic. It's very cinematic and epic. I said it also for Croatia, but I think this one is much more accessible, easy to sing along, even though it's in Finnish. Like the flow is very specific. Uh, I do think that Pette has to be a bit more careful with the vocal performance. It's not always the most accurate performer, but maybe it doesn't that really matter, right? Uh, you know what I really liked about that man? It might sound a bit like silly or niche, but I like it that they said Linda and Pette. So they give also credit to Linda, even though she's not one of the vocalists. Like she plays her violin, but I think the violin plays a crucial part of the song to begin with, even in the beginning. It looks like it's gonna be very dynamic, at least based on the UMK staging, with a lot of flames after World Flamethrower, the translation of Liekinheitin. Um, yeah, and I think the point that you've brought is actually brilliant. It has the really nice mixture of both appealing to the jury and the public vote. I think that many people that like a bit of classic notes on their entries will really love that one. It also has a bit of rocky vibes because of Pette vocals, so I think that one might work as well. And also like kind of dark atmosphere pop. So I think that the really almost like let's say unbelievable intersection of all those genres together might really create the formula to have a really high score in Eurovision. Not sure it's gonna win, but it definitely has some of the box it has to tick in order to do so. I can also see the jury standing behind that one, especially in case it's performed good enough vocally. But I think he will, or they will actually. Uh, yeah, and it looks like Finland really wants to win Eurovision. I agree with that. I think that over the last years they have mostly sent really good songs, not each year, but most of the year they did. And like I really appreciate the way that they didn't went for another entertaining entry because they had this choice like Anti, which was the runner-up if I'm not wrong. But yeah, it's a different one now. Something that we haven't heard from Finland for years. It's not the traditional rock song. It's not the traditional entertaining one. It's something like really different. Uh, and you know what I like about that one? That even though it's not the most modern one, it really feels really fresh for some reason. I have no clue why. Maybe it's the way that the violin is put really in the center of attention. Maybe it's even some of the sex appeal it has. Like, let's not ignore that. It's on the stage, it's there. Um, so yeah, overall a really good effort from Finland. I think also the fact that they won a really large margin in the national selection, both the international jury and the public vote, can already tells us something about that it has some international quality that might really push it up. So overall, yeah, I think it was a really good choice. All right, so Finland gonna compete in semifinal number one in the first half of the show. Let's see what do we think about their chances to qualify. Naomi, please.
Yeah, I definitely think it's qualifying. I'm just going to get to the point. I do think it is qualifying. I am expecting a high qualification. I am expecting potentially even top spot or near top spot. I feel like even the violin tune, like I'm actually hearing right now, like da, 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 da. It's just so powerful, and I feel like it's going to be a crowd pleaser for the jury and the public. So yeah, I can't really see why it's not going to have any chance of qualifying. There's nothing really there. I feel like I love how the violin does actually take center stage. It's kind of like with Fairy Tale, same thing. You know what you remember of that fairy tale is da, 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 which is played by the violin. That's kind of the main melody. That's what you kind of remember the song. So it's kind of the same thing. I love how they've really ensured. Obviously, Petta's voice absolutely amazing, definitely part of the song, key part of the song. But Linda's violin playing, I think the fact that you've got the vocals and the violin kind of joint stars of the show is really good. I'm not saying Luxembourg doesn't do that. I'm just thinking. I don't know. I'm just on a tangent about violins now. Um, I feel like that's what Finland have, and maybe Luxembourg maybe need to master. I mean, as I said, what I've seen of Luxembourg song is great, and I love the appearance with the violin. So that's not to take that away. And again, what I've seen of Luxembourg, it's a good song. It's all good. Nothing bad here. What I've seen of it's all good. But I feel like Finland do it quite well in terms of the violin. I don't know how they're going to introduce it though. Again, that's something my mind is like I'm curious. But overall, I can't really see why it wouldn't qualify. There's no reason really why it wouldn't. I'm not hearing it. I have to be careful though. There is a caveat. When we were all very hyped about Erica Vickman last year, I mean, yes, she qualified, but then a lot of us were like, "Oh, it's going to do really well. It's going to go high." And then we saw her points at the grand final. Same with Miriam Conte was serving R. Just be careful with hype. So I hate I don't want to be the party pooper, but just be careful with hype. Be very, very careful. Same with Melody last year. People were like, oh my God, it's going to win. Oh my God, it's going to do this. It's going to do that. It's going to do this. And then it didn't. So I'm not saying don't have a potential winner on our hands here. In my opinion, we do. But just be very careful with hype. So, I do think it will qualify. I'm hoping it will qualify, top spot. That's what I'm thinking it will do. But how it will do kind of in the grand final draw is going to take you through the future videos in terms of when we do have the running order and things like that. So that will come in a later video. So don't worry, we will have that covered. But I feel like just be very careful with hype. Just have your wits about you. I just feel like I had to learn some lessons from last year. So just be very careful. But Finland is definitely is one to watch, and I definitely think it will be qualifying.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think it probably will be one of the top three of the semi. Not sure in which order, not sure about whether place number one, two, or three. I mean, first, third, or second, or whatever. But yeah, overall has a really good chances. Also, they might have some support from like Sweden, for example, voting in that semi. It really helps as well. I think that in general, yeah, there is hype, but I think that the hype is also not only about that entry, but about Finland, because since Karja, it like feels like they really can win. In Karja, they actually almost have made it, at least in the televote. So I think that's the reason, or one of the reasons why Linda and Pete are also predicted to win, regardless the great entry they suggest. So yeah, answering that is a qualification. All right, time to give our scores. Naomi, please.
A really great song. It's not one of my personal favourites, one that I would go back to. I'm sorry. I'm just going to give my honest opinion. But I can't deny the song is in my head. It's definitely iconic. And I feel like it has its place in Eurovision history. So for me, I'm just going to give it straight out. I think it's definitely an 8.5 out of 10.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8. It's a really good one. It's not my top favorite, but I really think it has some infinity quality, like in the sense that I think that one might visit that one even in 2 years or 10 years from now, and still people will talk about that one, will be like really classified as one of Eurovision classics in the modern era. Not meaning at all that he's gonna win, by the way, but just an entry that someone, or not someone, but everyone gonna remember because basically it's different. It's not another average pop song that we could have found out of Eurovision or on the radio. All right, so let's wish good luck and kitos actually to Finland for selecting Linda and Pette. They will compete in semi-final number one in the first half of the show. Guys, tell us in the comments below what do you think about the Finnish entry this year? Do you think it might win the whole Eurovision? Let us know. Give us a like on the video. Subscribe to our channel right here below to get notified when you release new content. And you can find us on ecb.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and basically everywhere. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.